about the Blender Professionals portal. This is a project I'm doing on my spare time, which is very low right now, but hopefully I will get things done in the timing I will show you later on. My name is Campos, also known as Arcas. I'm part of the BF Education, the education board. I'm an editor at blendernation.com, and I'm the guy doing the blenderbuilds.com website too. So if any of you want builds for your specific platform, CVS builds, we are trying to get much of it uploaded to there like weekly right now. And when articles on Blender Nation come out that have to do with CVS things, we try to do it there. I just did this because graphical.org was down, but it's a different aim. The main idea is to have monthly builds of CVS that everyone can test and just report bugs and stuff like that. But let's move on to the real presentation. I'm just going to press this here. I'm going to move on. Now, what is Blender Pro, or Professionals Portal? My aim here is integration. Integrate the professionals that use Blender. When I mean professionals, I mean teachers, artists, developers. The website, the idea of this portal is to have a place where every professional, even if he's an artist, a teacher, or a developer, can go there and have resources and can do lots of things there. I will show more on it later. It's also filling a hole because we have Blender artists, which is really great. It's a place where people can talk to each other and try to get some problems solved using the forum, and it's really good. But you don't have a professionals website, you don't have a professionals forum, and so this is like filling a hole. And the next item is support. I'm trying to get in contact with some people so we can have a support center, something like that can work through the web. So it's decentralized. You can be anywhere, and we can give you support on anything like this. This will be mostly outsourced, the support, and right now I'm just talking to some people, so it isn't really defined yet. I'm going to move on. So who is it aimed at? Professionals, artists, developers, and teachers, and entities, companies, institutions, and organizations. This might seem like it's divided, like one area is just for artists, or just for developers, or just for teachers, but you may end up like you do teaching, and you do development for Blender, and at the same time you're an artist. And in the portal you can choose the areas you want to have access to, and the same thing for the companies. So you will be able to just merge all of this together, and you can choose which areas you will want to use. I think it's 4. Okay, features. Here I'm talking about the front page. The features we will have in the front page. We will have the professional of the week month. Basically, the front page is to give some publicity to everyone and try to get the best people in their own areas to be listed there. And so the idea is to have the professional of the week, and professional can be an artist, again, an artist, teacher, or a developer, and of the month too. For companies or institutions, we'll have also the month, year entity. We haven't decided yet if we will keep this way or we can have a list and have some rating system. But for now, we're setting up with this. We'll have Blender News, hopefully integrated with other Blender news websites too. CG News, because since this is a professional portal, we don't want just Blender news, we want news from the CG world. I have several other tags like script, image, courses of the month, and things that don't fit in this category, we will add it as the initiative of the month, year. We aren't sure yet if we will keep this month here, but for now, it's like this. And we will have an area with events and an agenda. Most of it related to the website, but if anyone wants to add one, we have a contact form and it will be able to send us a new item here. There will be also a gallery with an item that relates to the gallery with the latest entries. These latest entries will be the ones that are rated the most, and so you will have a place to show here. Let me move forward. Okay, the areas. The areas we'll have, this is divided into several areas on the portal. I don't have an image to show right now because the person doing it had some trouble with his wife, so he didn't finish the images for me, and he just said this to me 1 week before I came here. So sorry, no images from this. But we will have several tabs on top, one for the artists, one for developers, one for teachers, and then we have also for companies, institutions, and organizations. We will have an additional area which are services. This is things that don't really fit in to any of the other areas, and things that we can offer, and so we put an additional services area for people to use. Okay, now moving directly to each area. So for the artists, we will have a portfolio place where the artist just submits his images. In this case, it's just images. And it will create like this slideshow, sort of slideshow. People can press and move to the next one. Artists will have access to submitting images to the gallery, and these can be rated, and once they get this big rate, they can feature on the front page. And we will offer a blog, so artists could have their own blog on the website. Some of the features will be paid, but don't expect a big fee. We are thinking about €5 to €10 a year. So it will just be something to say, okay, if you're an artist, you will pay for it, but if you're just a hobby user, you say, oh, I have to pay, then I won't get in because I don't really need it. This is mostly to make this distinction between the real professionals and weekend users. So if you have the paid, if you have paid this yearly fee, you'll have access to the assets management, which means 50 megabytes on our server. And if you have this, you will have access to put videos and all that sort of things to your portfolio. And we'll have the auto reel system, which makes it grabs all the images you selected for the reel and the videos, and it merges them all into one real FLV flash video file, and it plays it with a player we have, and you will have this automatic reel just done from the images submitted there. You just have to add a sound. You just have to add a sound file to it too. You can do all these sort of things, and it will appear there. And this will be like you don't have the time to do a reel. You did some nice animation and you did some nice pictures. You just upload it to your assets management directory. You select the ones you want in the reel, and it will just build a reel for you. If a company wants to see, there's the auto reel. It will show you. I'm talking with guys that have render farms with Blender, and hopefully we will get like, if you for the fee you pay, you'll get like 100 minutes access to the farm or something like that. But if you want, you can buy a package and have a pay-per-use sort of thing. So you can have direct access to a render farm from the area on the website. And if you pay also this yearly fee, you will have access to the job market, which is you are listed there and companies can search you. And we are trying to get a really nice search system so you can get, according to words, you can describe some words before you submit your entry to the job system. And these words will help you get searched by the companies when looking for someone to do this. And of course, the auto reel, if you have the auto reel working, the company will see your work and will choose you if they see it's the best one. So you will also have, everyone will have access to the forum. The forum will be mostly like the Blender artists forum, but focused on specific professional things. We haven't decided yet how we are going to divide the areas, but we will post a survey online and see what people really want to see there. So this is for the artists. Now, I think artists, developers. For the developers, we try to do things differently for each professional. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, and since there are some people here that weren't at the beginning, when you register, you can say that you're an artist, a developer, and a teacher. So you can have access to all these areas. You will just have to say it when you register. The developers will have access to a CV area where they can post where they worked and what sort of jobs they did and things they have done so far. They will have access to a bounties area. This bounties area, you have the job market and you have the bounties. Now, these two have a different aim. The job market is for any job that a company wants to see done. The bounties are specific things for the developers. This is mostly to relate to the Blender Foundation and to developing directly for Blender, much like you see in Google Summer of Code, where people get paid and the foundation gets some mentors and they're mentoring this developer, and the developer will end up getting the code inserted into Blender. So the bounties are mostly the same thing. It's like you are paying to get this feature into Blender and it will have a mentor, and you will get paid in the end if you finish it and the mentor says it's okay. And the aim is to have this feature integrated in the CVS. So it's a different vein from the job market. The job market is for artists or teachers or developers. Like if a company wants a developer to develop certain things for his company in Blender, like imagine the Plumíferos team, if they wanted to have a developer working for them and don't disclose this scripts they would do for them, this would fit in the job market, but if they would like to have some coding done, but to be included into the CVS, they would use the bounty area. Again, the blog. Everyone will have a blog to say things, and the assets management belongs also on the fee. If you pay the fee, we'll have also 50 megabytes of space to use. There will be, for the developers, a code share system. There is, I think it's put file, or I don't recall the name. It's a place where you can put your code on and just give the link to people so that they could check the code if the code is all right and do all that sort of things. We'll have something similar to that, but with versioning and some more cool stuff. And you can share this with anyone you want to, either share it public or select other users that are registered on the website and they can see this code. We'll have a task management system. Perhaps you want to do your tests and have these online and you can access them anywhere. And we will have this really nice task management system, something that resembles project management, but task-oriented, just really simple. Again, access to the job market and access to the forum. Everyone has access to the forum. If you register as a developer, you will have access to the CV, bounties, and blog. To have access to these other items here, you will have to pay for them. But again, the yearly fee of 5 to 10 euros, nothing much. Okay, moving on to teachers. Now, I focused more on the teachers because I'm part of the Blender Board of Education. So I'm developing an e-learning system and I'm trying to get it ready as soon as possible. And this e-learning system will fit into this portal. The teachers have access to the CV. It's the same thing that developers have access to the blog, and have access to the e-learning system. So either you post, if you're a teacher, you can post an e-learning, a new course in the e-learning system, and either you have two choices. Either you want it to be paid, or you just want to have this nice course there and everyone can get in and have access to. This e-learning system is really nice because you will have to, one thing is you will have to upload every file as FLV, but it will be interactive and you can build the course inside the portal. I will have everything done, hopefully with Ajax, which means that you don't have to leave the page and it's all interactive to build the course. And the same platform will work for the users to have access to, and things like popping up when you want to say something like use this Control R key, and thing can pop up. And I'm developing this right now. It isn't finished, but hopefully it will be a really interactive system for teachers to use and for users to learn from. E-learning can be, you don't have to pay anything, like the teacher says, okay, I want to distribute for anyone to use, but the teacher also may want to charge for the course. And if he wants to charge for it, he will tell us what the fee it is. We will validate if the course actually fits with the fee the teacher wants to put in. And we will charge like 10% for each user on that fee, just for funding more development on the portal, which is one of the things that all the fees that are applied here will be used to develop more things in the portal and get more things working. And so it's basically, if you are paying, to have access to this. You're paying to have access to more things in the future. The teachers will also have access to the assets management area, so they can put more things there. Just let me plug the... so it doesn't bug me about not having battery. Okay. There will be a place also called Bookshelf, which is mostly run by all the teachers, which is, imagine a teacher bought a book, and he can do a review on this book, and talk a lot about it, and rate it, and this will be in the paid area. And if every teacher puts it there, this is a real good resource for all the teachers to use and buy books and get more knowledge and do better courses and so forth. We will try also to have, not at the beginning, but afterwards, a way of getting discounts for like books and all sorts of things for teachers that do reviews on books. Like if a teacher has done 15 reviews on 15 books, we could have like this sort of agreement with Amazon and try to have some discount or something like that. I mean, Amazon, there are other companies, this is just an example. And this teacher could have like a discount on the next book he buys, or we could even buy him a book so we can review next and so forth. We will have the Edu directory, which is an area to share knowledge. We are talking about Blender and open source, and usually, even if you're a professional, you will want to try to share your knowledge with other people. What I know from all the communities I've been with, people always want to share their knowledge, and they are not selfish. And so we will have an education directory, so to speak, where teachers can share their knowledge and say, okay, this worked great here in Finland, so it might work great in the US. I did this course on this. I will try to put as much information as I can from what we gather on the Board of Education, on the Blender Board of Education there, and to try to get all the other teachers to submit some more things. You don't have to disclose everything you do, but it's always nice to have more knowledge there. And if everyone puts a bit there, this will grow, and everyone will have access to a great resource. Again, the job market for the teachers too, they will have access to it, and the forum access. Okay, I think 8, 9. Now, the entities area. This is divided into 2 pages. The first page is that the entity will have their own subdomain. Like if it's Blender Foundation, it could be blenderfoundation.blenderpro.com, and you would have access directly to the page of this entity. The entity will have also 5 pages to use as their own pages. We'll have just our banner up. The remaining thing belongs to that entity. We have the co-zone, which is a cooperation zone. If entities want to cooperate with other entities to set up something, there will be a cooperation zone. Entities can also build their own forums. They will have access to create a forum of their own and have, like, imagine you have a company and you're doing a movie and you want to have a forum online, you will be able to create your own forum. There will be the portfolio without a reel. This will be available for the entity if it's a company and you're doing movies. You can put the previews of the movies in the assets management directory and select them for the auto reel, and it would work just the same as the professional, the artist's auto reel. There will be a blog area if the company wants to use it or not. Like the Plumifers team, they have their own blog. If you want to set up something like that, the website will allow you to have this blog. That's the job market. In the case of entities, the job market will have much more features. It will have like search system, and when you create the entity, you will have a big form to fill in with the areas you're interested in and all that sort of stuff. And this will mean that the entity, when it enters his management page, he will have a list of people that might interest the company that were on that have submitted themselves to the job system. And this to help, imagine if the company was looking for someone to develop this sort of script, and they entered their management area of the entities, and they would see like a list of 5 or 6 people, and one of them was a developer, and they say, oh, might as well click this guy just to check it out. And yeah, this guy did this script or that, and it would be cool to have this guy on the team. So the entities will have more features on the job system. Of course, the entities will have to pay more for the website because they have access to much more things. We haven't set up a fee yet, but we will do a survey on how much would you be willing to pay to have access to these features. Anyone will have access to the forum, so does any company or institution or like that. Okay, moving to the next one. Okay, this is the second page of the entities. The entity can also submit items to the gallery. Imagine plumbiferous. I'm also always using plumbiferous because I just saw them and it's stuck in my mind. Imagine they want to submit just some images of what they were doing. They did some render and they thought, oh, this is great, I'm going to submit it. And if it's rated, just like any other professional, this would go into our front page and it would be listed there. And people that click there will also have a link to who did this, like it was a company or it was an artist and like that. They will have access to the bounties to say, okay, I want this guy, I want to submit a bounty. And then people can say, okay, I want to do it, 2, 3 people, and they can select who will do the bounty. We haven't really defined how it's going to be the payment system on the bounties. And for the job market is not our deal. We won't have to manage money and anything like that. But the bounties, we will try to get the payments come through us, and we act like a middle one who keeps the things going. And the developer will only receive the money if it's okay, it's done, and it's 100% okay. And we'll get 2 minutes to win. Okay. And so I think I will stop here. Okay, we will just act like a middle ground. They will have access to e-learning too. They can set up courses. They can even have a list of people that is involved in this company that is registered on the website. And they will have access to the assets management. In this case, 250 megabytes, but depending on the company and the needs, we can increase this or decrease this, and perhaps the yearly fee will be according to this too. They will have access to the render farm too, to the code share system, to the bookshelf, depending on what their aims are. Like if it's a company, it could have access to render farm, code share. If it's an institution, it might want to have access to the bookshelf and edu directory, and the payments of the fee could relate to which areas you are willing to have access to. We are setting up also a project management system and a movie management system, which is something I'm really eager to have finished. and it will allow to anyone who wants to do an online movie thing, and this will allow you to do it. We want to help like teams that want to do an online movie and don't have the money to do it. We can set up them like if they were an entity. They don't have to pay anything as long as they show that the project is solid and it would be cool to do. So, but I will leave that when the website is really online. The services area, just one more minute, okay. The services area, everything will have RSS on it. We will have a monthly newsletter, monthly CVS release, which will be related to the Blender builds. Blender Pro, Blender release, when an official release comes out, we will add some additional scripts and perhaps some solid patches to it and make our own release. Semester contests with prizes, possibly year awards. We'll have the gallery also here. Banners, ads, if any company or any person wants to add it there and just link to a website. Facts and help. Let me just see. Okay, I won't show this. Okay, beta 1 is January. All the free functionalities should be working. We'll have a strict group of testers. You will have access to the front page, but a group of testers will have access to the artists area, like they would pay the fee, but we won't charge anything. And next one is version 1. We want to have artist, developer, teachers, all these areas fully working. Entities areas partially complete. We'll be missing the project management and movie management. This is really hard to get working, so we don't think it will be in version 1. And version 2 plans, entities fully complete, project management and movie management, even a compile farm with the 3 main platforms, Mac, PC, and Linux, Windows, Mac, free repository for models, textures for people to download. You can submit and have it there. An e-store for artists, developers, and teachers so they can sell models, textures, books, and software, and perhaps even a conference 6 months from this one in Portugal. Okay, and this is the end. You can see our project in blenderpro.com. I will try to keep some sort of items there saying where we are now. And you can check already some builds on the blenderbuilds.com website, and you can contact me if you think you would have things that would like to see in the website on this sort of portal. You can send me an email to blenderpro@ruicampos.com. So this is it. Sorry, I don't have time for more. Yeah, any questions? Yeah.
I wonder if you could have for the auto reel feature. I imagine quite a few people will have their own reels that they would like seen instead. So it'd be nice to have an option instead of having the auto reel collate from all the stuff they post to just pick one source.
You have the option to select on the asset management system. You select which one you want to see there. And if you have a demo reel, you upload it to the assets management system and select that one. It's just that one that it will play. But it's just an option that if you have several images and you don't have the time to compile and make music go there and that sort of stuff, you submit an MP3 file and all the images will just wrap up into this nice slideshow and with music on the back. Any more questions? Okay. Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You were talking about the Blender Pro release. You were talking about the release of the portal or the release of the software itself?
We are going to release the portal. I'm developing it with the Joomla 1.5 code base with my own modules, my own components. I'm developing most of the things outside. And the beta one will be our first main test to see if people really like the way we are doing things. And version 1 will go from what the testers' feedback will be. So we don't have a real time to release version 1, but I will keep updated on when we think that version 1 will be online. So hopefully when we get here to the next conference, we already have version 2 working and everything is functional. So this is mostly to give people the insight that we are working on this, and if you have like things you would like to see there, and you're a professional and you think that, oh, you are missing this or that, or this should be done in this way or that way, you can send me an email and I will make sure to try to adjust things and think about it, do brainstorming with other people and see if it really should be done that way or we could improve in other areas. Okay, I think. Any more questions? Okay, thank you.